Assuming that you have created the database and also create tables in the database, also load the data into those tables, let us understand different aspects of projecting the data. If you don't have that database and require tables, make sure you go through the previous topics, create the database, create the tables in the database, and also load data into the tables, and then you should be able to follow this. To project the data, we primarily use select clause. We can project all columns using star, or we can provide a subset of columns to project only those fields. So let's see what I'm talking about. If you want to select from all the columns from orders, you can use this select star from orders limit 10. It will project 10 rows using all the columns. Now if you want to project only subset of columns, you should know what all columns the table have. For that you can run this describe command and get the column names, and then you can provide the column names in any order, whatever columns you want to display. You can also apply functions to get derived columns like this. So in this case, this is a derived column, and if you run this, it will project 3 values for each row. One is order customer ID, order status is the last one, in between this cryptic column name. However, if it is too cryptic and if you want to make sure it to be quite obvious, in this case we are getting year and month, and I want to consider it as order month, and hence I want to provide alias for this derived field. We can provide alias like this. Either we can use as order month, or even without as also it will work. So even if I remove as, you should be able to provide the alias for this derived value or derived column. That being said, as we have seen how to project all the columns or subset of columns along with the functions, now we can actually talk about getting distinct records. At times when we try to project a subset of the columns, there can be duplicates and you might want to eliminate those duplicates. That's where distinct can be leveraged. Either you can use distinct on all the columns using star, or you can actually specify subset of the columns and it will apply distinct only on those columns. Let's see an example so that you understand. In this case, we have quite a lot of orders. However, I want to see all the distinct order statuses. Order status is the column name. You can see as part of the describe orders output, there is a column name by name order status, and I should be able to say select distinct order status from orders like this, and I should be able to see only the distinct order statuses, which are these ones. You can also use distinct star. Sometimes the table might have duplicates and we want to eliminate the duplicates. We can use distinct star to consider all the columns and only get the unique values by eliminating the duplicates. This will also work without any issues. If you are using the Spark SQL, I would highly recommend to use limit 10 like this, so that your screen will not be cluttered with too many rows. Let me update this also with the limit 10. Even this one I want to use limit 10. Here also I want to specify the limit 10. Now sometimes we might want to project all the fields except for 1 or 2 fields. In Spark SQL there is no easy way to do that, but if you are using Hive, you can actually set this property and you can use this syntax. So this will project all the fields except order ID, which is quite neat, but in Spark SQL unfortunately we don't have that feature. Probably in future versions it might be available. If you are using data frame operations, it is pretty straightforward. There is a function called as drop, and you should be able to drop the fields from the data frame, and you should be able to project only those fields which you want to consider for the projection. However, with respect to Spark SQL, it is not very straightforward.